guys, welcome to a video. So this is just a little update video really. Unfortunately, due to mental health reasons and also me being in hospital for a while, there will be no more uploads until further notice. I am currently in the Royal Blackburn Hospital on the Edisfield ward or Edisford ward, where they can section people under the section 2 or 3, where you can go involuntary, and that is currently where I am. I'm here on a 3-day section for my own safety, and I just wanted to really go into detail about what's been going on, how I've been feeling, and know that there's support out there for people who are suffering behind closed doors and nobody knows. Please speak up, because I didn't speak up and I very nearly ended up dead last night. So I'm going to start going through what I'm going through at the moment. TMI, there is a trigger warning for anybody who self-harms or is depressed or is triggered by suicide thoughts. Then I advise not to watch this video, or if you do watch it, have somebody with you who can then make you happy after watching this video. And TMI, there is a little bit of bad language as well for anybody who, the younger viewers, I will try and bleep it out if I can. So going on to the video. So I arrived here on Friday morning. I was brought up via ambulance from Blackpool Victoria Hospital, where it all began. On the Wednesday night, I was going through a phase of psychosis where I was hearing voices, seeing people, hallucinating, seeing dead people, hearing from the devil, hearing from MI5. That was all going on in my head, and I was getting mixed messages of stay alive, no, you're better off dead. Stay alive, no, you're better off dead. And it really got too much for me at one point, where I very nearly spoke out to somebody, but I wasn't sure how to word it right or if they'd judge me, so I didn't speak to anyone. It was just building up and up and up and up until I took action, where I actually took myself off to a car park rooftop, and I sat on there with my legs hanging over, and members of public phoned in the police, and somebody came, and going on the top of that rooftop, just kind of, I just breathed better. I was like, oh, thank God it's over, it's nearly over now. I'm one step away from ending it all, and I can do this. I just need to jump. And I was just sat there, and I don't know what held me back, whether it was just thinking of my family, thinking of my future that I want, thinking of different things. In the moment, it seemed really stupid that I was doing it, and then 2 seconds later, it was back to jump. But the weird thing is that with psychosis is that you get like visions and touching feelings. And when I was on the rooftop, I had this person behind me on my shoulder who was touching my back and pushing me forward to jump. And it was like, but it was so real, because I kept turning around and saying, will you stop it? I don't want to jump yet, I want to think about it. And it was jump, no, and it was like that all the time. And then on the other shoulder you'd have the devil, and it was like going through 2 different emotions at once, and I just could not control it. And it got to that stage then where I literally turned around. I was sat on the sorry guys, that was one of the people who come in and check on you every 20 minutes through the door. So I had these visions of the devil and this other person on my shoulder, and it was just doing this like which way, and I sat on the edge and I slipped. Well, I didn't slip, I did it on purpose, but the police said I slipped because it was actually quite wet that night that I actually did it. and I slipped and I went forward. And where the car park is, you've got the car park, and then you've got like a little walkway, and then the edge of the roof. And I was on the car park tarmac where you walk, and then the roof ended. So that's where I was. So I slipped forward, jumped onto where the car park ended, and it went onto the roof. And then a police officer came on, blue lights. I've never seen somebody move so bloody fast in all my life. And he literally swung me from the side, right in front of me like that, and pinned me down on the floor, put me in handcuffs, and was literally on to the police and the hospital to see if I could get sectioned, and nothing happened. But this is where it gets everyone angry, because we had arranged for my crisis team to come and see me at home because I was doing so bad, and they said they'd put it in the diary that they'd come out and see me on the Thursday. So this is all, on the Friday, they were coming out Friday to see me. So I thought, oh right, brilliant, well I'm not going to do anything. But it got so much that I had to jump off this car park roof. And because I had that meeting, I wasn't allowed to be sectioned. So because the crisis team and my care coordinator had said, we'll go and do it, we'll go and see Natalie in the morning, and they'd forgotten. It was just like, we picked up the phone and we said, oh, you're supposed to be coming out to see my daughter at this time, blah, blah, blah. And there's no record of it. There was no record of my suicide attempt. There was no record of the police coming out. And I thought, bloody hell, I'm going to have to really either do something drastic or just suffer in silence. And I thought, I can't suffer in silence. I need people to know how bad I'm feeling. And on the Friday, in the morning, I then had phone calls from my community nurse that I see once a week. And as lovely as she is, she is really, really nice. And she had no record of it either. So she actually had no record of my suicide attempt. The police hadn't got, the police had a record but then couldn't print it off to give it to the hospital and the crisis team. So nobody kind of had a record. And it was like, fucking hellfire. And it was just like, somebody must know how ill I am. And it went on and on and on for another day, this. And then Friday came, and I was literally, I didn't come out of my room all day. I wasn't socialising, didn't want to talk to anyone, was off social media, was off Twitter, was off my food, I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking, I was just sleeping. And I thought, I don't want my life to be like this anymore. And I actually sat there for a good 5 minutes, and I was talking to my granddad for a while. A lot of you know my granddad passed away in 2015 of cancer, and he came through, which was really, really nice. And we sat, and it was like a full person image sat next to me, and we cuddled. And it was just like, if he was here now, he would hate me. He would think he'd disown me. So that kind of got me really, really thinking about what I was going to do next, And I thought, what do I do? And I was just talking to Grandad for a good 5 minutes or so, just sat there, just like, Grandad, please help me. Grandad, I want to know what you think. Grandad, just help me out. Just tell me what to do, please. Do I end it? Do I not? Do I talk to the devil? Do I talk to the people? Do I do whatever? And I just sat there, and then the thing that got me, I saw my dead dog, and he was walking on the motorway and got killed by a car. And it was like, no. It was like, that didn't happen, that did not happen. I know he died in the back garden at home, but in my head he got run over on the motorway, and I just could not stop him. I went after him, and then I was killed, and I thought, that's a sign to go to a motorway bridge. So where we live in Blackpool, there's the M55 motorway in near the big Tesco's. If nobody knows Blackpool, then I'll kind of explain it more in the description. And you were literally 2 minutes away, so I had some tablets. I had 16 aspirin, and I thought that had been enough to top me, and so I wouldn't feel it as much when I jumped. And I went there and I stood over on the wrong side of the barrier, and a member of the public came and spoke to me and was like, "Are you alright?" You know, and I was like, "Don't come near me, you'll get hurt as well, everyone's getting hurt." And it just went on like that for an hour. The road was shut because of what I was going to do. If I hadn't have jumped off the motorway bridge, would I have run down to the motorway and jumped and, you know, got killed by a car like I'd imagine, like my dog got killed. And it was all like that, and it was just all so confusing, and I didn't know what to do, who to turn to, who to talk to. And I was up there for an hour, and thankfully the police had on my notes that I'd previously been with the crisis team, and a lovely lady from that team came out and saw me on the bridge, and she stopped, she pulled over and came and had a chat with me for 2 or 3 minutes, and then the police arrested me on a 136, and I jumped off the bridge, and luckily I didn't do any damage particularly. I mean, I've got a few scrapes to my head where I hit a few trees on the way down and cut myself, and of course cuts on my arms, but I was alright. And the police had ripped my jacket, so they owe me a jacket, please, Lancashire Police. But no, it was just all so very quickly. It was literally like an hour incident into 30 seconds of my life, and it was just absolutely dreadful. So I was sectioned on a 136, taken to the Victoria Hospital. I was given diazepam to totally knock me out, so I couldn't remember hardly any of it even happening. I'm still taking the effects of that now. And they said, "Yeah, we're going to section you." So they put me on a section 2 and transported me to Blackburn, which is where I am now. And I'm here either for 3 days or 5 days, and then I will know if I'm allowed back out in the community to go home, or if I will remain in hospital for hospital treatment. Now, I do know on day 1, which is actually today, this morning, the doctors have got 1 or 2 things where they're thinking I've either got psychosis or BPD, borderline personality disorder. So I've got either one of them or I've got both of them, and hopefully we'll know more towards the end of my section. So that is where I am at the moment with my health, and of course with this all going on, I will not be doing any more videos on either channel, on Queen of Ewood and Fat Girl Slim. If you're on one of them, then, you know, thank you for all the support you've given me this season up to now. Hopefully I'll be able to come back before the end of the season. I don't know if I will or not, but if I do, obviously I'll upload videos. The 1,000 mile challenge on Queen of Ewood, I've got £75 at the moment. I've withdrawn that, and that is waiting to go to the hospice, which my parents are going to do, and I'll get them to film it, so, you know, all the money's safe and gone to the hospice. And the diet vlogs on Fat Girl Slim, that's totally out of the window at the moment, so I'm very, very sorry to everybody who has subscribed and watched the videos that it's ended like this, and it's not a good way to end it, but I'd rather be here, safe, getting better, getting help, than having people nagging at me for uploading or not uploading videos. So yeah, so please, if anybody is struggling out there, please talk to somebody. It's okay not to be okay. Talk to a Samaritan. They don't even need to know your name. I rang 101 and a police PSO or whatever spoke to me before I then decided to do what I did. I've got the crisis team number here in Blackpool. If you are in the UK, I will happily give you that number, and I'll leave everything in the description below with mental health and things like that, and hopefully I'll come back stronger than ever. and be able to re-upload videos when I'm feeling better. So for now, I just want to say farewell to you all. Thank you for all the support and all the subscribers and all the comments. You guys have been amazing, and I'll see you guys in the near future. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.